Welcome to our apartment here in Israel. We're actually in the Old City in Jerusalem. I don't want to say specifically where, but wanted to show you where we live. A lot of what is here is pretty typical of an Israeli home, and let you see it and see what's similar and what's different. So this is our entrance. It goes out to a little hallway and then to a small courtyard. There's several other little homes right off of that here. None of them real big, but all kind of intermixing, and it's kind of neat. I'll show you some of the old city later on. But you walk in to the door, and you can see our nice little map there. And the first thing you do is you walk into our kitchen and living room area. So there's the living room. Here's the kitchen. So let me kind of show you how it is. Front door. And then small kitchen area. You can get a home with a bigger kitchen. A lot of them aren't real big. So our oven is this little guy. Brand new. We have not used it yet. So that should be fun. A couple cupboards. Basic there. We've got the microwave. And yes, the washing machine is here in the kitchen. For those in the States, you're going, wait, what? In the kitchen? And no dryer. So Israelis are actually rather proud of putting their clothes out on the line to dry. So they air dry everything out here. We did stay at a place that had an electric dryer last time. It didn't work real well. You can get them, but they're expensive, and it was easier just to put our clothes out on the line. So coffee maker, think Keurig type thing. Toaster is hiding there. Now, one thing that's interesting, they don't have hot water tanks here in Israel like we do in the States. So you don't just turn on the hot water. There isn't any on the taps. In fact, if you look at our tap here, there you go. You notice it's just one lever, no hot. So if you want hot water for, say, dishes or cooking, you use this little guy. Looks kind of like a coffee pot, right? And then you plug it in, and their plugs are definitely different. That's a 3-prong here. They're round, unlike the States. There's no flap. And you set the coffee pot on essentially a hot plate, and it turns around and it heats that up real quick. Gets up to boiling. There's your hot water. Cooking or dishes or whatever, you heat your hot water up that way. Crock pot, most of this other stuff is pretty similar to the States. Plates, cups, bowls. No big deal there. Small refrigerator. But this is our living room. The couch can double as a bed. So if my legs start kicking like crazy at night, which they do sometimes, I have to start prowling, I have a place to come. And then TV, a little bit of decoration. And then we've got a small dining table. This is kind of going to be my office and work area. You can see I've already got the computer set up there. And again, lighting. Now, this room is interesting. You'll notice the ceilings are curved and domed and looks almost like Crusader arches. What you may not be able to see quite so well, but will be a little more obvious there. Underneath this nice little surface, it's solid concrete. Several inches of solid concrete. Let's see here. I'll show you the bedroom window, and you can see it clearly there. That's got a pigeon prevention deal on it, so you don't want to see all the spikes. So, living room, you come in, this is the bedroom. You can actually hear the street outside, because again, old city, so you hear everything. Again, the arches that are there, and all of our little goodies, chargers, converters, so that way we can power our stuff. And most of the time you just need an adapter, as long as you're not using something like a blow dryer or something like that you'll need a converter. Wardrobe, so not really closet. It works as one, but that's basically how that works. And then our window, let me see if we can show this to you. That should give you an idea of how thick that concrete is. Yes. So if you didn't know, our apartment doubles as a bomb shelter. So if we get an alert while we're here, we get to host everybody. So part of the reason we're a little more cozy too. But yes, that is over a foot thick of concrete, taking care of that. So lots of fun. One of the things I didn't show you, air conditioning. We do have an air conditioner they recently put in. It's mounted up on the wall in the kitchen area, and it cools the whole thing. Because of that huge thick concrete, it doesn't really get that hot in here. So it works out pretty well. Keeps us cool. Light switches are a little different. So again, thinking the States, it's actually pushed in up top right now. You push it in on the bottom, and this is the bathroom. Now, if you want to take a shower, there is a hot water heater specifically for the shower. That's what this switch is for. And you turn that on about 15-20 minutes before you want to take your shower. It will heat up just enough water for that shower. Make sure you turn it back off again, because it's not cheap to run. And that'll get you hot water. We've got a blanket over the bathroom door because it's just glass in this case. Most bathrooms have a regular bathroom door. But hey, we're working on budget. So here is the bathroom. And this is where it gets interesting. Shower head. And again, you do have the hot water because of the tank. And then there's the toilet and the sink. Well, what's dividing this? Curtain. So if you want to take a shower, you come in, you pull the curtain, and get it past the light. Here we go. And let me step out of the way so you can actually see this a little better. And that is basically how it works. That curtain splits the room, so the shower will drain right into the floor. And again, that's not all Israeli bathrooms. That is this one where we stayed in the past. Actually had a separate shower. The hotel rooms have separate showers. But this is the old city. So they are taking small confined spaces and trying to make them work. So if you're kind of sitting there going, wait, the old city, what does that mean? So if you look at the pictures of Jerusalem, the old city is where the Western Wall is. And there's actually an old wall that goes around it and separates it from the rest of Jerusalem. So, this is where a lot of your historical sites and archaeological sites and stuff, they're all here. So that's basically a little look at where we live and a few of the differences that are here. Trying to think if there's anything else that's definitely different. We'll try and see if we can't show you a grocery store at some point and some of the differences there. But that's basically where we're living. Not real big, but cozy, comfy, and so budget-wise, I don't know offhand what typical rent is here, but we're paying about $1,000 a month for this. And part of it, again, is it's the old city. It's a perfect location. We literally walk out our door, and it's a 5 to 10 minute walk up to the Western Wall. It's 5-minute walk, if even that, to a lot of the markets in what's called the Christian Quarter. And so we've got shops around. It's a 2 to 3 minute walk up to a quick grocery store if we want to do that. It's just a very nice location. So we're very grateful to be here. And then we did have our one purchase, which I overspent a little bit on, journals with silk covers to kind of commemorate our trip. So I hope you enjoyed this little look at our apartment and what it's like. I'll try and show you outside. It's dark now. It's almost 9 o'clock at night here. But I'll try and give you a nice little walking tour of some of the old city. We're going to go see some things tomorrow and try to just show you a little bit of what Israel is like. Hope you enjoyed this and your nice little look at life in Israel. Thanks so much for watching. God bless.